Somebody said that his wife left him, and that's why there's a metaphor that Real Madrid went to the bridge and did 3. That Thomas Tuchel's wife has left, and so that means the magic has gone. I always say miracle no go leave us. Guys, the table is yours as miracle left Chelsea.
No, wait, not true?
Yes, so then don't say his wife don't divorce him.
No, he's actually going through a divorce. Yeah.
Wow, that's sad, and it's not a good feeling.
It's not finalized yet.
It's not a feeling you want any person to go through.
Indeed.
But I don't think it's a nice joke to tie it into what happens on the pitch of play, even though somehow it might have an adverse effect on the coach. I don't think it might affect the coach that much. If it was a player, it's a different thing because the players are the real antagonists. They are the ones playing. You know, I think if a player is going through a divorce, it's a very tough time for him. You know, things off the pitch have a way, but I don't think it will affect the manager that much.
I think there's more to just being the divorce case. I think everything going around Chelsea now, you know, from Abramovich not being the owner.
I'm not going through that route.
Wait.
Let me throw a shade at
Listen
Olakule. At the start of the season, Tuchel said he wanted to build a team that everyone is scared to play against. You know, and when I hear a manager say, I was actually very scared. I thought, wow.
And it started like that.
You know, when the manager says, I want to build a team that teams will be scared to play against. That is a bold statement to make, and I was really legit afraid. But I mean, the way they've lost.
I think what happened to Chelsea, apart from losing the owner of the club, the project Lukaku was, I don't know how to rate it, but
he started well, actually. That project started well.
Did he start well?
Yeah, he started well. He scored on his debut.
You know, when you spend that amount of player on a particular player, you expect to perform, and also losing your regular fullbacks. I think that's Tuchel plays from Adi Bin is.
But you were winning.
No, if his formation was the regular 4-3-3, I don't think he would have issues like this. He relies so much
on the wing backs. Yeah.
So you can. That's the same thing with Conte as well. Conte will tell you that when they don't have, you know, a wing back that they can trust, then they have serious problems.
That's true.
But they've been winning prior to all of this.
No, but they've been struggling. Very good football. They've been struggling a lot without Chilwell.
You know when someone has not been winning convincingly, that's Chelsea for you.
Yeah, because they have the extra quality.
They struggled. I don't want to use the divorce as a card for.
You know, that divorce actually. No, that was a joke. That divorce actually came to my head because when I was coming to the studio, I was listening to the great Michel Obi, you know, on Kenny's FM.
The great Michel Obi. Yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, so I was just listening to him, and then so callers called in and be like, so it's a show that you can call in. So they were like, oh, in wife don't leave him. Now why miracle and all the magic we can get for Chelsea don't they come out small. But on the balance of play, I think they are struggling. They are indeed struggling, and judging by how they started the season, and coupled with what Toshio said that, you know, Inyobom mentioned earlier, how formidable they wanted to be. They've really been bad in the past couple of games. Brentford beating you 4-1 is a big deal. I think the only reason why they were not so dragged is because, okay, you're thinking Chelsea. Oh, why? Okay, well, what's wrong with them? That's why the dragging was not so much. But guess what? It was a Man U that got beaten by 4-1.
But Watford trashed United.
That's what I'm saying. And how long was that dragging for?
I think it's based on your response. If Chelsea had won that game against Madrid, I think to be easy for people to just let go. But now you know that there's a problem.
But another factor in that game that we need to talk about is in the pantheons of greatness for Real Madrid.
Babajide Guerrero, the gilt-edged superstar MC. He said the pantheon, bro. You go school. Babajide na your mate. Babajide na your mate.
Ini abeg.
Oh my God, Ini. There's Di Stefano.
Yes,
right?
Alfredo Di Stefano.
Like we said before, it started. I mean, you mentioned it because he played for 3 different countries, and it was great.
Alfredo Di Stefano.
Then there was an era of
this Emilio Butragueño.
Yes,
you know him.
All those ones. Emilio Butragueño, all those ones. And then there's Fernando Hierro.
Yes.
And then there's Raúl
González Blanco.
Then there is Ronaldo de Lima.
Yes.
And then there's Cristiano Ronaldo. All of them have their legends. Put them together. Give them their space. And then there is Karim Benzema.
Yes.
King Karim.
And Romelu Lukaku.
You see the word, who is this one now? I go wipe you call though. See the chain of thought. See how that they carry a call. You know they call Lukaku. Wale.
The persistent.
I mean, you had to spoil it. You had to mention Lukaku.
Baba, I need call that.
You had to mention Lukaku. You had to mention Lukaku.
Follow me talk. Wait,
Is it not a great striker?
You had to mention
I'm calling
Lukaku.
Real Madrid.
He's calling
He's
about
not
Real
even in
Madrid
any
legends.
category of those players. Number one. And then number two, I'm even
Real
calling
Madrid
Madrid
legends.
So,
No, I thought you were talking about great
Baba,
strikers.
come on, Joe.
Great striker, sir. You don't
See
follow.
talk. I go talk.
I don't
see
follow.
the
You don't
names
follow
where
for those
they call.
guys.
They call Lukaku. Baba,
Cristiano.
come on, Joe. So moving on, guys. I think Karim Benzema also have to be respected as a Real Madrid legend. Although Real Madrid doesn't treat their legend very well, we know that one.
Yeah, but
But post Ronaldo era, where everybody expected them to fail and falter, it looks as if he was waiting for this time, guys.
was
I don't know,
waiting.
like I think he's one guy who knows what he's capable of doing, and then he's like, you know what? If that guy day and they believe say we are all done and dusted, I will do something. I will come in, I'll bring up, and that's why at 34. It's the way he plays. It's the way he scores goals. He's not interested in just the tapping. Look at the first goal he scored against Chelsea. That goal is...
and he initiated the move.
And then the understanding he has with the younger Vinicius, who, by the way, is for me is one of the most improved players in football in the past 4
absolutely.
months.
Yeah, of course.
His improvement is right up there. The improvement of Vinicius. He has grown from
12
being a very
months.
stupid, very annoying footballer.
Yeah, he used to be very annoying.
Do you know how annoying Vinicius is?
He used to do
Vinicius
like
he go see defender.
They do like
Baba pass the ball. He go
they do like Baba with
You
the Simon.
come see my but now I don't know, maybe he has picked up and then he has grown, and that's I can talk about this tomorrow, but guys, how good, how respected should Karim Benzema be?
I think he's high up there with the very best. Mention them: Lewandowski, Thierry Henry, Alexandro Del Piero. Put him in that category. I think he's right up there with the very best.
He will do fine.
Because most of the other ones I've mentioned, maybe not Thierry Henry, most of the strikers you hear score goals. Not so much the contribution in their all-round play.
Yeah.
He's not a guy who's about the headlines. He's not about the headlines. If you see Karim Benzema play, you know he's not about the headlines. He doesn't want to be in the newspapers in the morning.
He doesn't care.
He plays for the team.
Yeah.
It's just a ripple effect in his game that makes him, that instinct as a striker, knowing where to be at the right time. And the quality of those first 2 goals were absolutely incredible.
could have
And
scored-
for every young
you could have
player,
scored 4.
for every young player, I was watching the game with my wife, and guess what my wife said? And my wife is not a football person like that. My wife said he scored the header like he kicked it with his foot. The first goal.
Yeah.
He scored
The
from
force.
12
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah.
My wife said that. My wife doesn't know football like that.
That force is mad.
The technique behind that goal, to move that neck, what do you
Yeah.
call
Hit it.
what muscle? There's a muscle on
It's
the
more
neck.
like the ball just resting on. It just allowed
The
it
first
to rest
goal
on
was
his head.
incredible. The
Then
second
do the-
goal, even more so, because he needed to retreat.
Yes.
And adjust his
And
body.
adjust
in a way.
his neck muscle
To that angle.
to be able to get it. And I think it was last year, Wally, we're talking about Mendy being the best goalkeeper in the world. Yes. The way he's beat Mendy with those 2 goals made Mendy look like a very poor goalkeeper.
That was all.
And we know Mendy.
Wow, 2 Nigerian players did their club. Moses Simon
Inakari
chopped straight
still.
bullet. Uzor self chopped straight bullet again.
And we know Mendy is a world-class
Indeed.
goalkeeper. But
Yeah.
to beat him in the way he did, those 2 first goals, incredible.
And
And I think
I
it's
think-
because of him that Mendy made the mistake.
Seriously,
These
guy,
bros,
I don't-
these bros.
I think
me
people
now.
forget. I
Yeah.
think people forget real quick about the bust onto the scene of Karim Benzema.
From Lyon.
Yeah, from Lyon, from
Yeah.
the French
Was supposed to
Ligue
go
1.
to the Man United.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody
scored
was
against
ready.
United in
At the time,
Champions
at the
League.
time, he was even tipped to be probably the greatest. Like everybody was talking about
Karim
him.
Benzema.
Yes. I could remember that time because United, obviously because I'm a Man United, everybody wanted to get him at
Yeah.
the time. He
Yeah.
was hot cake.
It was indeed good.
And I didn't think that he would get that much. Although because he played in the era of Cristiano and
Yeah.
Messi,
Yeah.
which is somehow. So it seemed like he was in the shadows.
And that's why you respect him more.
His numbers were pretty good.
Yes, his numbers were still doing
good.
17, 20 goals.
He has 84 Champions League goals.
Yes.
I think he's one of the
That's
most underrated
He should have over
strikers.
He should have over 400 career
I think
goals.
84, between 82
He has-
to
he has-
84.
he has
But I know he's
over-
over
yeah, he
80.
has-
He should have over 400
He has
career
close
goals.
to 300
Incredible.
and something
Incredible.
goals right now.
should
But to be honest, I think Karim Benzema
should have
deserves
over- he should have
to
over
be
400 career
imprinted
goals.
in the sands of time of football.
Indeed,
He is fantastic. He has
So
been
when you're
phenomenal.
teaching a young kid how to play a centre forward's role,
Yeah.
when you're teaching a young player and say, this is how I want you to be a centre forward, and you don't want to be the archetypal stay in the box
Stay in the
striker.
box.
Van Nistelrooy type.
You want, Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Why
Shout out
you have
to
to
him,
go
by
there?
the way. No, I like
But
him.
he-
He
but he
was
changed.
No, when you want to be a fox in the
thing
box,
is that
he was.
you
he was
cannot
the-
have
he
that
was the
kind of
best.
striker now. You
No,
so
you
far.
can't. You can't have a box sitting
When you're
striker.
teaching a young striker, this is how you want your movement should be, your touches should be, your understanding, appreciation of space should be.
Benzema should be
You've
the
got
template.
to tell the lad, watch Karim Benzema.
Indeed.
It's the template.
Indeed.
Is the template.
You know what? Swimpy said that the rise for Karim Benzema has been fantastic, but it's not been the same for Julian Nagelsmann, coach to Bayern Munich. I said something last time out. I was telling Wally that I think, in a way, guys, Bayern Munich have lost. Now we need to touch up on these things because of time. They've lost, in a way, maybe a slice or couple of shred of their invincibility.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think,
In a
but
way,
I-
so
This
now,
season.
now
This
teams,
season, yeah.
now teams go into games knowing that we can get something of these guys, and they know they.
And you know why. And you know why.
I
And you
think
know
they've
why.
lost to Bochum. I think.
And you know
they've
why.
lost to some funny
Yeah.
teams scoring.
Why did
Mönchengladbach as well. No, I just want to.
Yeah, they lost 5-0,
5-0,
5-0,
5-1, and all of those stuff. Under Eubank Kings, under Hansi Flick, all those.
Hansi Flick, yeah, I was
All
gonna
those
talk
guys
about
will be
Hansi
like-
Flick. I thought again under Hansi Flick they look
Papa,
like
they're going to
Joe-
be killing
Joe
anybody.
Hanks.
They just go.
The problem with Bayern, I remember
Right now.
when they lost this guy that is at Real Madrid now, David Alaba. People thought it was going to be an easy one. This guy has been in the fray for about 9
10
years.
years, 10.
10 years.
10
because
actually.
I said it somewhere. I said that Alaba is someone that made a lot of sacrifice, at Bayern. He played as left back.
He did everything.
He played as
Played
centre
everything.
back. At times he would play four.
Yeah.
It was always there. But you look at the Bayern setup now. You can't really rely on. I'm sorry to say Sule.
Sula.
What's his name again?
Niklas Sula.
Niklas. Is it
And
Sula?
that
or-
was- yes, Sula. It's pronounced Sula. Yeah, he was
even-
right.
It's
Will he say
Niklas
Sule?
Sula.
Nah, they always
You
call
don't
her-
like Sule, man.
Pronounced as
You don't know
Niklas Sula.
Suleiman.
So the thing is that when you cannot, bank on some, apart from their abilities, these players are not always available. That's even how bad it is. And I think Nagelsmann maybe he thought that it was going to, was going to be easy for him losing someone like David Alaba. And
Because they
But
would
they
get
bought Upamecano.
Upamecano. I was just I saw what's his name? I saw this guy stride past him, the former Tottenham Watford midfielder, the French guy, Etienne Capoue.
Sagi- okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Upamecano
looks
has
very-
been I won't say bad, but
He's been
it's
inconsistent.
been way below par.
Of course, yeah.
The expectation
I
has
used
not
to
been
like
met
him a
at
lot.
all.
I want him at
And I
Arsenal.
think Nagelsmann, it's easy for him to. The thing is that the problem with Bayern is not their attack, it's not their midfield. I think that their defense is very, very shaky, and they need to work
But
on
I
it.
think let's look at it.
But they'll
again.
beat
They have-
Villarreal.
yes, they-
second
they-
leg.
It's not that easy.
They would-
I
they
mean,
would.
you
It's not that
can't
easy.
say
They
that.
would.
It's not
Allianz.
that easy.
Allianz,
Allianz,
they
they
would.
will win. Would you put your money that Villarreal won't score? Can you put your money?
It's very
That
possible.
Villarreal won't score.
You know,
It's
they,
very
they,
possible.
they created a lot of chances.
Do you know that the coach? You've forgotten that. See, that's why you need to understand track record as well and antecedents. The person coaching Villarreal is someone that bottles it when it is
Yeah.
important.
But guess what? He's also called the knockout. There's a name they give him, the knockout. He's a specialist.
Maybe in Europa League,
If you
not,
know anybody,
not in the
if
Champions
you know
League.
anybody that
but-
wants to put all his money on Bayern Munich knocking out Villarreal,
But I
tell
think
them
Bayern
that
used
they
to
are not
have-
very smart.
Bayern used to have that
Unai Emery is a king over two legs.
Yeah.
He knows how to sort it. I know he's bought it a few times, but Unai Emery knows how to play two-legged affairs.
Indeed.
So
no matter how
wait
two-legged
and see.
affairs he knows, I think
Yeah.
Bayern will still would definitely
I think
trash
it's
them.
going to be
a return
trashing.
leg.
It's going to be
Oh,
serious
God,
trashing.
You know what? You know
Yeah,
what I
no,
said. You know what I
put
said.
money
So
on. I don't
you know
tell
what I
you.
said. So Bayern used to have this, like, even during I used to go back to the Iron Robben's time, because I watched them a lot then rather than now.
Everybody watches them.
No, I'm saying like a lot then compared to
Everybody.
now. I
Everybody.
don't watch
No,
them much
I
now.
don't understand.
This is
not
me
Twitter.
saying I don't watch them much now,
Now,
but I
yeah,
watch
I
them
get it
then
then.
a
What buy
lot.
a lot. Everybody says they watch them a lot.
Wale, where did you find it that from?
I said it that the truth is sometimes they have this like a bit of how will I put it? Would I say backsliding for a while?
Yeah.
And then they come back with full force. Like they have those moments where
I think
you
in their last game, they
did the same thing.
yes, they're not they're not like Man United
Salzburg.
that have this lagging ability where they'll lag for too
You know they
long.
come out. You know they come out.
They won't give one
They
bros.
have this-
They won't give one bros
they
for my
have
area
this-
hypertension for their game against Saturday. I don't know who they
They have-
play.
Let's
That bros
start.
say they go win the game.
Let's start.
They go play 1-1
1-1.
one time. The
Well,
bros,
let's
the bros won't die. They finally got win.
But you know the problem with
Well,
Bayern now. I remember that Salzburg game, and Ini might be right. They might have gotten away with that second
No,
leg.
Salzburgs are not Villarreal.
But I'm sure Villarreal will come in with. I'm sure the world that they too they will have seen the second leg of that.
Well, so
Salzburg.
we look forward to that. I think that will be
So-
next week, and we're looking forward
Yeah,
to that. Atletico Madrid also came. They packed the bus, but eventually
5-0.
You know,
Brother said you never seen anything like that.
Kevin De Bruyne, you know, picked them apart in the venture up times, and that was really, really good for Man City. And then which other game happened?
Man United.
Liverpool.
Oh, okay, they're not the
Liverpool.
champions. I don't funny.
Liverpool. It be like say you're mad.
This guy.
Liverpool. Of course, doing easy
Benfica,
work. At
one of the
Benfica.
easiest.
Yeah, it was easy. It was too easy.
No, it wasn't that easy, but.
Why
By the way,
would you-
I think
on paper,
Benfica
we knew
had
that
a
was-
few chances.
On paper, we knew that was going to be
if they took
normal
their chances,
beating.
but obviously it's a straightforward win for Liverpool.
Indeed, maybe that's why I said it was too easy. But yeah, congratulations to
But
them.
that man
leg-
said Giovanni has been going on song.
One leg.
He's the only guy for Liverpool to have scored in their knockout phases 13 times.
Well, that's
Wow.
some. That's some. That's
Sad
some.
Liverpool
That's
fans
incredible
only know
stats.
Salah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
no, I don't think so.
No,
It's
no, no.
another conversation for
They have a
I
song.
remember when I was telling you
Don't
what
let us
this
go
thing.
there.
They have a song for Salah.
I remember when I was
What
telling you
was
what
that
this.
song they sing for Salah?
Mo Salah.
King Govich. Can you imagine?
A lot. So I saw. I saw
Egyptian
see,
king.
You're
Egypt-
Egyptian king for it.
Tell them apart.
Tell them apart,
I saw on
but
Twitter someone was saying that the second time now Mane had to tell Liverpool board that they should not do celebration on his disqualification for the World Cup and all. I saw and someone was saying that why would they punish a guy like this because of Salah?
No.
Yeah,
No, I'm
they-
just we all see. I've said it.
Don't do.
Eyes on the ball. Eyes
But-
on the ball,
but-
guys.
but I
Eyes on the
feel-
ball.
but I
Wale,
feel
please.
some-
Keep
but I
quiet.
feel
Wale,
some-
please, on the screen. Guys, we're looking next to the issue before. There will be a boxing triple threat match. Boxing triple threat match. IBK, Swimpy, and Wale now. Wale supposed to be referee, but he be like
No,
say,
no be me and Sweet
in
people
one day
fight.
now.
People who don't fight and they don't know it, they don't.
Thank you guys for listening to the Hindsight Podcast, where the conversations you're having in your homes about football are had here live on the show with the guys in the studio. Don't forget to sign up on social media, follow us on YouTube. So, of course, you get to hear more of these conversations.